This is a turtle trap. Will it catch any turtles? I guess we'll have to find out. In case you couldn't tell, I made this myself. First, I took some wire fencing, put it in the cylinder, and attached it with zip ties. Then, I took a fishing net, cut a hole in the bottom of it, and used it as the entrance. And as you can see, the turtles can crawl right inside and grab the bait that will be at the very back of this trap. Now all I have to do is take it down to the river and set it, put some trail cameras on it. Let's see if it works.
So for my bait choice, I decided to go with chicken. I read online that chicken is one of the best turtle baits, and we all know you can trust everything you read online. So I had it suspended in the middle of the trap there on a wire, got it all situated, and then walked away because I knew that later on the river was going to come up. In fact, you can see how the trap is out of the water at the moment, or mostly out of the water, because this river fluctuates so much. I have to leave part of the trap above the water, otherwise you can drown the turtles that are trapped in there. So you can see for the first few hours it was out of the water, but then later on in the afternoon the water came up. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a monster snapping turtle. I mean, this guy is huge. I'm comparing him with my trap, and I know the dimensions of my trap, and I'm looking at the head and comparing it to that and going, this thing is massive. I'm not sure if it's going to be able to get in there. And you can see him popping up all around it. I mean, he's casing the joint, but it's a matter of, can he get his fat butt in there? And then this was later in the night. I was worried that this might happen, leaving bait out on the shore like this. This raccoon wants to get in there. And at this point, I do not think the turtle is in there. Otherwise, he would have eaten all the bait and the raccoon would have been interested. And he probably would have been scared of that monster turtle. But he's trying to figure out how to get in there. Fortunately, the mouth of the trap was still in the water, and apparently this raccoon didn't like the water. So he did not get in the trap or figure out a way to get in. They're pretty smart. They can usually do that. But then later on in the night, check this out. A massive beaver strolls by, gets tangled up in the line. I have this line attached to a tree so the trap doesn't float downriver. And he's going to snap it? No. He gets through. Look how big this thing is. Good knit.
Got him! God, guys, look what I just caught. I just caught a huge turtle. By hand. Are you kidding me? Big snapper. Whoa! Whoa, did you see that? Well, this guy is quick. This guy is quick. Holy mackerel. What a beast. I was going to check my turtle trap, and I found him. Yes. Okay. Well, while I'm here, I'm gonna check the turtle trap. All right, checking my. All right, my turtle trap has nothing in it, but I got this big guy. Whoa. Gotta be super careful here. All right. Nope. No, you don't. No, you don't. Holy mackerel. All right, I need a bucket or something to put him in. I don't know what to do here. Oh, he seems kind of lethargic like most turtles do, but check that out. He ain't at all. Let's see here. Wow. Okay, so he can move when he wants to. He can flat out move when he wants. You know what we're gonna do, folks? This is way different than what I thought I was gonna do. Okay, I came out here this evening to check my turtle trap. Yeah, see, I had my turtle trap out on this side of the island. I'm gonna flip it up here. Let's see if he'd even fit in it, huh? Definitely a keeper. Yeah, see, he wouldn't have been able to even get in my trap. Okay, well, maybe he would have. He'd have barely squozed through the door there. Oh, wow, that's a heavy dude. We're gonna take this thing back home. What's up, guys? It is a couple of days later since I caught the turtle. What happened is I caught the turtle late at night, and it was basically chaos because I had to figure out what I was gonna keep him in, and I had to transport him back home. It was just a big hairy mess. I also had to research to make sure I had to learn what to do to process a turtle and then how to cook a turtle. I even called Kendall Gray. I was like, man, I have this big snapping turtle. Is it good? I knew people ate them, but I was wondering if it was truly good. And he was like, yeah, it's delicious. And if there's anybody who would know about what weird animals are good to eat, he would. He's caught and cooked skunks before. So, has a lot of experience with snapping turtles. Gave me some tips, and I actually have the turtle here in this cooler. First thing I want to do, though, is I want to weigh this thing, and I want to test the biting action on this dude. All right, I've got to be real careful with these. I was so surprised at how quickly, it's like a snake. You know what I'm gonna do first, folks? We're gonna weigh we're gonna see how much. Oh, look at him gearing up to bite, mouth open. We're gonna weigh him. 30, a little over 32 pounds. It says, a little over 32 pounds. Let's pretend the bucket weighs half a pound, so like 31.5 pound turtle. That's actually, that's a good size one, I think. I did read online the other night though that these do get up to like 60 pounds. So imagine one that's like double this size. Let's dump them out here. This is so cool. To a lot of people in the South, like snapping turtles are just common, and all over really the Midwest and stuff. But we don't have these in Idaho, and I've never caught one before. So I think it's really, really cool. I am going to measure the shell length, make sure it's a legal one. He has to be 12 inches, just like a bass. How about that? The shell has to be 12 inches. And the shell is just a shade under 15 inches. Almost a 15-inch long turtle. So it is a keeper. I do not think this is the giant one that I have seen coming around the trap. And in fact, I don't know this, but let's pretend that turtles were like fish and the female gets way bigger than the male. This might be like a male snapping turtle, and there's like a 18, 20-inch long shell female snapping turtle still hanging out there. I don't know. That's pure guess. All right, first item on the list is a hot dog. Come on. Look, he's retracting his head almost like he's going to come out and strike. I don't know how long their necks are, so I better not be holding this. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Let's see here. Oh. What do you got, huh? What do you got?
No? Oh, okay. Interesting. I think he knows it's fake. He's like, that's not your hand. Hello? I'm gonna annoy you. Tickle him on the head. Tickle him under the chin. Oh! Good net! There we go. Well, there's the carrot. Do you like to eat carrots? I think turtles do. Let's try one more thing here. Alright folks, now we come to the part that nobody likes. Not even I like this part. It has to be done. I don't mind cleaning things, but it's the dispatching of them that I don't like. So I've got here an axe. What I'm gonna do is flip him over on his back. Hey ho! Look at, he can kind of, you see him kind of jump there? He can jump when he wants. That's crazy. He wasn't this active earlier. I put him back in the water for a minute, and he's had a chance to get angry. All right, whoa. Flipped himself right back over. I'm gonna have to pin him down here. A little turtle wrestling. Nope. Let's see here. Look at that, look at his foot grabbing. His foot is grabbing my, that is nuts. See, I have no experience with these, so I don't know what to expect. I kind of thought he'd flip over on his back and just be like, oh. All right, so the way I've seen actually people in like every video I've ever seen is they actually just shoot him with a gun. Look, he won't, he refuses to flip over. Yeah, that's gonna be hard. That's gonna be hard. I'm gonna have to get a gun. All right, guys, the head is off. And I saw one guy in a video, he actually put a hose inside of it. Inside the turtle. Oh yeah, he said it'll fill it up like it's a balloon. Yeah, and then the water comes out. And apparently what that's supposed to do is just help. Oh, he's still moving. That's creepy. Anyway, that's supposed to help just get the blood out and all that stuff. So, I do that here. There we go. And the point of all of that is to basically make it where it's not quite so messy as I'm skinning them. All right. There we go. Hung him to the tree there using vice grips. He's still moving, just kind of creepy, but yeah, let's hang him upside down here. That'll make it easier to clean. That's what all hunters do. I'm not much of a hunter. I only hunted a few times ever. Whenever I see people cleaning game, they always hang it up like this to make it easier. And apparently the skin on this dude is really tough. And so this will be interesting. First time doing this. Got to start somewhere. All right, my friends, after getting some advice from the Kentucky legend, he said it's tough. It's a grind to skin out one of these. But he said it's worth it. 7 different kinds of meats in them. And here we go. Kendall Gray said this would be a grind, and he is right. So I've pulled like the skin off one of the legs here, and basically I see how this process is working, at least for me. This is how I'm going to do it. I'm just going to cut nice chunks off. I'm basically going to make turtle nuggets. So we got like a chunk right there. We'll set it in the ice, and then come down here, and I'm just going to be like cutting away all of these. It's like in strands, and there's so much like sinewy. There's just so much sinew in there. And I know, you don't want to eat that stuff, but like there's a nice little nugget right there. And just throw it on the ice. And that's how I'm doing. I'm just going to do this whole thing. Folks, this is going to take me like an hour or two to do this turtle. This is super interesting, folks. So the hard plate on the bottom here is coming off, and there's a ton of meat that sticks to it. But I'm able to cut through, and it's coming off, as you can see, and I just keep getting nugget after nugget. I'll bet I have 40, 50 nuggets right now. Maybe not 50, but we're getting there. Now, I'm no turtle expert, but I think we found the male.
I think the big female is out there somewhere. I'm actually glad I caught the male because I wouldn't eat the big female, actually. So, yeah, this is good. Just about done here, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few more neck pieces and kind of some pieces against the shell here, but it is getting dark out. Oh, bee right there. Grabbed a bee. But it took me every bit of 2 hours to do this thing, maybe even more. I did break for a little dinner, came back to it, but I was steadily working on this thing for like 2 hours. And I've got this pan is filled up with turtle meat there, so not too bad, but I'm definitely gonna have to cook tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. Alright guys, I wanted to show y'all something real quick before we get to the cooking. I came out here just to see what happened to the turtle shell, and look at this. So it was just laying like right here. It got dragged over to here in the middle of the night, and there's a little turtle sitting in his shell eating him, along with all of the bugs and stuff too. There's something kind of weird about that. Pretty much everything out here is a cannibal. And the next step is to pick some fresh ingredients from my garden. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, well, this isn't my garden, it's part of the garden. We've got watermelon on that side. I actually have another tomato plant over there. And, but these things here, we are going to pick a few. This tomato plant's growing directly in the ground. I've basically been doing experimenting because this is my first year living in the South, and I wasn't sure how things would do in pots, how much sun they needed. So it's a cloudy day right now, but I figured this side of the house, the brick wall, the tomatoes would grow real well. And I also left some stuff though in the pots in case I needed to move them around, all that jazz. But we have some lovely tomatoes growing here. I think I want some fresh tomatoes. Ooh, that one is looking absolutely perfect. The knife was actually useless. I thought it'd be cooler to have a little crown on top like you see at Costco, but cool. I think these are habanero, these are jalapeno, and we got a tomato. Oh, I almost forgot. I've been picking the heck out of this cilantro, so there are only a few sprigs left, but let's pick some of this here. There we go. Folks, it is so fun to catch and cook your own food, but now to be growing food. I mean, I am in hog heaven. This is so cool. I mean, I don't even have a big garden at all. I just wanted to plant just a couple of things just to try it, and it is very gratifying. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to start cooking turtle. This is the first time I've ever cooked or even eaten turtle. I've never eaten turtle before, but I do have to say I have a pretty little fancy setup here. So I've got my garden fresh vegetables. Very proud of those. I know it's not much, but I got the urge this spring to plant a few things. So it's really cool. It's so satisfying to catch my own food and then to be able to grow it. I don't know. I love it. It makes me smile actually to think about it. Then I was at the local farmer's market, and look at that. I had never seen this until the other day, and these are some sort of bean. In fact, I asked the woman, I said, what are those? And she told me like wicked beans or something like that. I forgot what the actual name was, but she said they're just real mild. So apparently you just like, oh, I thought oh yeah, they do break. Okay, so you can just see, let's see, where's a bean? I've never even seen these, never cooked with them. Well, there you go, you see how it's just like little beans and such. He said they're very mild, not much flavor. They just take on whatever flavor you add to them. So I guess for these, I'm just gonna cut the tips off, kind of like a regular bean. And one of my own peppers. Super happy with this. Yeah, this is gonna be a little spicy. I already know for a fact that I think these are habaneros, are pretty spicy. So we're just gonna put a couple of those in there just for some color. Just kind of use my fillet knife for everything, but we're gonna cut up the cilantro here. A little carrot. A little cucumber.
An excellent little pile of vegetables. Now let's get to the breading. I know from experience that this Cajun fish fry spicy recipe is extremely spicy, at least to me. Extremely is not, it's not like ghost pepper spicy, but it's good and spicy. So what I've learned to do is dilute it with some like regular fish fry. So we're gonna go half and half on these bad boys. I mean, if you're a spicy freak, you'll love this stuff, but I'm kind of a medium spice person. I'm gonna add some salt and pepper to it. So you can see there's a variety of meat here. So I have some chunks like this. This still has the bone in it, and I could like fry this up like a piece of chicken. And then we have like this. This is just like a random chunk right here. Most of it's just like chunks like that. Like that's perfect. I'm gonna roll these around in buttermilk. Hey you! Ah, Miss Piggy's come around. She smelled turtle. Hey, you want to try some turtle? Huh? Yeah, you want to try some turtle? I'll take that as a yes. What? She has her food bowl there, but she's kind of moody. She just... Are you going to eat something? You know what? Try this, okay? What do you think? Hey, Miss Piggy, look, turtle. What do you think? Hey, you ornery little... Look at that, turtle. I guess not. I knew she would do that. She is just... That's just the way she is. She'll eat... I'll give her stuff, but she'll only eat it when I have my back turned. Throw that in there. I'm going to save this like pure white piece. They said 7 different meats on turtle. That's almost chicken-like. I'm going to save that for the stir fry. Alright, so we'll let that soak. I'll come over to the grill here, and I'm going to have the stir fry on a low heat right here, and then you see I got some oil in a pan right there. Fire up the grill. I always like that part. What I'm going to do, folks, is even though on this grilling side, take this cast iron pan. See, if the cast iron pan doesn't have any like rubber handle, that way I can just close this if I want, but I'm going to cook the... I'm just going to call it turtle stir fry, even though I'm not going for an actual like Asian like taste necessarily. But anyway, I'm going to cook the turtle stir fry right here. So I'm going to add some sesame oil. It kind of covers the bottom of the pan. Then add some vegetables. When I first caught the turtle, I showed my mom, and she told me an interesting story. She said when she was a little girl, when she used to live in Florida, people would catch sea turtles and eat them. And that was just normal. She and her friends would go out on like the street corner on like Fridays or whatever when the trash came. People would leave the sea turtle shells with all the guts and stuff in them on the curb for the trash man to pick up. And, everybody who ate sea turtle just did that. That was totally normal. Which I thought that was kind of funny because I feel like if you tried to catch and cook a sea turtle these days, you'd have so many people. It would just, the video would go viral, and not because people loved it, but not long ago, it was the normal thing to do in Florida. Next, I'll bread up my nuggets here. Oh, look at that. Turtle nuggets coming to McDonald's soon. First turtle nugget going in. Guys, I'm going to start a new company. You know Chick-fil-A. I'm going to start Turtle Filet. Get your 10-piece turtle nuggets or your 12-piece turtle nuggets. Not that hungry, get the 6-piece. And while the turtle nuggets are going so well, I'm going to add a splash of soy sauce to these vegetables. Alright, so I had to quickly stir in some meat into the vegetables. I think it's all turning out pretty good. The stir fry is not looking too bad. Huh. It's interesting how dark they turned, but not burnt. Just like the weird dark color. I don't know if that's the breading. I don't think that's the breading, because I've used this breading many times before. Look at that. I think it's just the dark meat of the turtle made like the breading this kind of just brown, funky brown color. It's weird. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 7-count turtle nuggets. You can get this for $2.99. I'm going to take just a little piece of raw turtle and just drop it in there, and we're just going to fry that up with no spicy breading on it to see if Miss Piggy will eat some. Hey, Miss Piggy. Hey, look. Oh, where are you going? Oh, she's off. She's so moody all the time. All right. I'm going to try turtle nuggets while we're waiting for the rest of the stuff to finish here. Say a quick prayer. I'm going to need it. Okay. Here we go. My first impression of these, just based on like grabbing the nugget, is they're chewy. But let's see. I'm going to rate these on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so first thing is, turtle is a little chewy, okay? It's not like a chicken that just falls apart. What does it taste like? I'm trying to figure out something to tell you guys, like, something that it tastes like. Hey, Miss Piggy. I know you're relaxing. Yeah, but I have a piece of turtle here I want you to try, okay? Give that a go, huh? Yeah. No? That... Well, never mind. Watch, I'm gonna leave this and walk away, and she'll come back in like an hour and gobble it up. Okay, so after sampling both of these, one of the things I noticed right off the bat is that the turtle kind of darkens whatever it touches, whether it's the breading of this or the vegetables here. That's kind of interesting. It almost has a dyeing effect on whatever it touches. But I had a few questions going into this when I first caught the turtle, and the first one was, on a scale of 1 to 10, how good does this turtle taste? And yes, it is a little spicy, so I'm dipping it in some ranch. And on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being carp, 10 being walleye or perch, I'll just keep it to freshwater. I would say that the turtle falls at about a 6.5. And the reason why I choose 6.5 is because the flavor is really good, but the chewiness is a real detractor. I would give it an 8 all day if it wasn't so chewy. I mean, you're just kind of sitting here going for a long time trying to break it down. The second question was, I was wondering which one of these would be better. And I would definitely say fried is better. Even though I love these vegetables, by the way, the weird little beans, they are delicious. But, I mean, I love stir fry. But turtle doesn't belong in a stir fry because it's too darn tough. And then the final question I had was it going to be worth it? And the answer to that is yes. It is a lot of work to clean. It took me 2 hours, over 2 hours, to clean that sucker. I'm sure you get faster at it as time goes on. But here's the thing. You get like, I'll say this for me personally, 31-pound turtle, I'll bet I got 10 pounds of meat off that sucker. And that's with the heavy shell and bones and all that. There is a ton of meat on a snapping turtle. I'll bet I got 100 nuggets off that thing. So I would say, if somebody's like, would you do that again? I'd be like, absolutely. There are some fish and stuff I do not eat again, but I would definitely catch and cook another turtle. So there it is, guys. There is my conclusion. That's a really fun experience. I'm glad I did this. If you guys have snapping turtles in your backyard and you want to try catching and cooking one up, I would definitely try it. So it's fun. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.